Hey guys, you're about to watch a clip from our main podcast, our E3 special. This is the last clip concerning the E3. We're going to talk about the Nintendo Direct. We're going to talk all Nintendo news. You know, Smash Brothers getting some new characters, Legend of Zelda, all that, so much more. And when is that starting, Chris?
Starting right now. So last but definitely not least for E3, 2019 was the Nintendo Direct conference. Not really a conference, more like their live show. Nintendo's done this for the last 3 to 4-ish years now. They are not doing any more conferencing at E3. Instead, they just do their Treehouse Live where they show and demo all their games. But they do a conference that is on their website and on their YouTube channel. Live, which
and
is
it
almost
streams
the same
live.
thing.
Yeah,
it streams live
at E3. So they're at E3 without being at home.
Yep.
So that way, they could dress from pajamas waist down.
Yeah, exactly.
Dress up top. They're like, hey, nobody's the wiser.
And to me, in my opinion, this was hands down the greatest conference out of all of them.
Ooh.
Nintendo killed it this year.
Ooh.
I think this, and I'll explain why later.
Okay.
But I think this was the best one in a year where we saw, like we said, a lot of fluff. A lot of
flops.
A lot of flops and a lot of hey, don't worry, next year's going to be great.
Missed opportunities.
A lot of missed opportunities. So, as we kick off Nintendo, of course, they started with Smash. What a surprise.
Yes.
Last year, I think their E3 was 20 minutes of Smash.
Yeah.
It was overrun by Smash.
We're getting some new characters this year.
Yeah, so we got, we're getting DLC. They're getting Dragon Quest characters from Dragon Quest 11.
Yes.
We have the hero from Dragon Quest.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of we saw some of his moves shown off. Uses the sword a lot.
Cool.
Kind of like a Link mixed with Meta Knight, if you will. Not as fast as Meta Knight. No. But and obviously some new stages. We also got Banjo-Kazooie.
Banjo-Kazooie,
which I'm the most excited for.
Is so dope. We haven't seen him in years.
Yep.
I'm speechless.
Once we saw
I can't wait to beat his ass with Donkey Kong. Like, bam! You think you were the other cool animal here? Nope.
He had a cool animal. But yeah, we saw
cool.
we saw those two DLC. That's honestly all they did for Smash. Thank God they kind of beat Smash to death. We get it. And then they went on to do Luigi's Mansion 3 for Switch.
That looks so good.
Looks
you know,
really
Chris, what did I say was my favorite game of E3?
Probably Cyberpunk.
It was pretty good.
Or Jedi.
Yeah, Jedi.
Probably Jedi.
A couple other games.
Yeah.
This one might be it.
Luigi's Mansion looked really,
I really
well done.
liked it. All different stages. They could do all quirky things within the one mansion.
I love that it's almost like a haunted hotel.
Yeah.
And it has different layers. And
one layer is plants, one layer is Amazon, one layer is this, one layer is that.
It's so cool. And they have a new game system in it where
Gooigi,
which is a part of you can make a goo for co-op, but you can't step in water with him or fire or anything like that.
I can't wait to play this game.
And there's also a multiplayer mode in this too.
Yes.
Where you can basically
a horde mode.
It's for
ghosts.
It's almost like a countdown clock, and then you have to see how many ghosts you can get.
Beat each level, keep going up.
Keep going up. So that's pretty cool. This is 2019 release. We just don't know the date. Probably holiday 2019.
I'm buying it.
I'm guessing.
Instant buy.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting it too.
I'm going to be Gooigi. Mike's going to be Luigi.
I just want to be the goo.
No, well, Mike won't let me be Luigi. He's like, this is my game. This is my turf, Mario. Because we're Mario and Luigi.
Oh, okay.
He's like, out of here. I'm Luigi. I'm like, can I be Gooigi? He's like, all right.
I mean, now you can be Luigi, though.
Yeah. I could walk through bars and shit.
That's
I'm
cool.
Help him out.
Yeah, that's cool stuff. So we'll probably get it, too. Erica's a huge Mario Luigi
It looks
Mansion
so
fan.
good. It looks so much fun. I honestly, I think this is my favorite game out of E3 for Nintendo.
Definitely not for me, but it's up there.
I know why it's not.
So next off is a game I'm extremely excited for.
Yes.
Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening. It's a remake for Switch.
It looks really good.
Comes out September 20th of this year, which is fairly soon. It also has its own new amiibo.
Yes, and different art style, too. It's not like regular cartoon Link.
No, it's not. It looks like a toy almost.
Yeah,
very
I really
toy-esque.
like it.
I love it. It's one of the greatest Legend of Zelda games. It's being remade from the 90s edition that came out on Game Boy.
I had that one.
And the DX version. It's a very, very enclosed story. It's on this one island. It's based on this island. Link gets washed up on shore after a a bad storm in the ocean.
Yeah.
And it's very like, dungeon-y. It's classic Zelda. You go through the dungeons, you do the puzzles, you fight the bosses. They have a new thing where you can make your own puzzle, almost like Mario Maker for this game, which is really cool. I'm very excited for it. It's Zelda, so I'm automatically in buying it. I can't wait. And the amiibo looks amazing.
The amiibo looks great. I'm buying it.
I can't wait.
Not an insta buy. I might wait a couple of days, depending on like Luigi's Mansion. The second it drops, I'm getting it.
Yeah.
Like this one, I'm like, I'm gonna get it. Just I'll wait, and I'll get it whenever.
Yeah, and this Zelda is the second it drops, I'm getting it. I'm a huge Zelda fan, as you know. So Zelda.
What about? I was gonna say new IP, but it's not new IP because it's a sequel. But No More Heroes 3, 2020 comes out.
Interesting.
Looks cool. It's kind of like a mech Gundam kind of like feel to it.
Very fast, like Bayonetta style.
Yeah, it looks hardcore.
It does look hardcore. I'm probably not going to get it.
No?
Probably not. It's in that realm of like Xenoblade Chronicles kind of.
You think?
It's one of those games that I'll forget about. I know myself that I'll be like, oh, I forgot about this. Oh, this came out? Oh, okay.
I can see that. I can definitely see it falling by the wayside.
It doesn't have a full date. We know it's 2020. And that was kind of in the realm of Nintendo's big, like, it's Nintendo. It's a Japanese company. There's a lot of games in Japan that they want to kind of get to the U.S. and port over. But also another probably top 2 game for this entire conference.
It is very good.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
Yes.
Switch exclusive.
Oh, I'm so happy.
We know it's coming it's coming next month on the 19th of July. I already pre-ordered it. I cannot wait. And
are you buying it? Oh, well, if you pre-order digitally, you're getting the hard thing.
I'm getting the hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am. For this, I'm definitely getting a hard one.
You getting a hard one for this?
Yeah, definitely. Already got one. And we also know that there's going to be 3 expansion packs.
Really small.
It's not.
Don't be aggressive.
But we also know the expansion passes, Marvel Knights.
Who are the Marvel Knights?
Which is odd to me because we saw Daredevil already in the trailers.
Yeah.
And Elektra.
I know.
So Marvel Knights back in like 20 years ago, and Donny Cates just did a reboot of like 6 issues, is basically like the dark retelling of like the street level heroes in New York City. So like your Punishers, your Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist. Jessica Jones, Elektra.
The Netflix gang.
Yeah, basically the Netflix gang of Marvel Knights heroes, and they did kind of like this retelling. Kevin Smith did the Daredevil issues with Joe Quesada. So they're bringing in the Marvel Knights. It might be expansion for like the costumes,
it might
or like
be,
certain storylines.
It might be a storyline, costumes, and then the characters there aren't in there already.
Yep, and we also know they're also expanding to X-Men, which to me says because obviously Wolverine is a staple in these games anyway.
Yes,
and we already saw the gameplay. We saw Cyclops. We saw Colossus. We saw Nightcrawler. We saw Mystique. We saw Magneto. To me, this is like expanded universe X-Men. Like this is extra X-Men. Jubilee, maybe. And Fantastic Four is also going to be added in. So I think with Fantastic Four too, we didn't see them. I think they might save them just for an expansion.
They're 100% gonna be expansion only. We're gonna see the Baxter Building on Yancey Street. We're gonna see a lot of cool stuff with them.
Yep, I think that'll be cool.
I think this game might be the game.
I think so too. This is great. And
buying it.
I'm already getting it.
I think you guys should buy it at home if you already have it.
If any of you are Marvel Ultimate Alliance fans, this was the game to play.
I played this game for hours.
I played this game endlessly. I asked my buddy the other day, I was like, what did you like better, Marvel Ultimate Alliance or X-Men Legends back in the day? Because X-Men Legends was also, the first one was really good. It was very much, it was like the Marvel Ultimate Alliance version of just X-Men.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance was better.
But I think Marvel Ultimate Alliance was better just because of the cast of characters.
What did your made-up friend say?
My made-up friend, such a dick. He
said that? Such a dick?
Yeah, about you. Yeah.
I'm sure your made-up friend would say that about me. Just to let you know, my made-up friend says the same thing about you, sir.
Someone's a little touchy. But like
I touch you once.
We all agreed that Marvel Ultimate Alliance was the better game. But yeah, this cast of characters, it's going to be really expanded. It's called the Black Order. We're going to deal with Thanos. We're going to deal with Infinity Gems. Great. I want to see like the story unfold in a bigger scale. I just don't like, which I think it will. I want to go to Asgard. I want to go like off-world. I want to go to space. I want to go nowhere. I want to go like.
I want the Black Order to be a bigger focus.
Yes.
because they are awesome.
Yes, and I want to upgrade every character possible.
Oh yeah.
I want to max out.
I
all
want
the
them
characters.
combo moves
Yes.
all day long.
So
I want a
can't
laser
wait.
beam onto Cap Shield to kill 4 people.
We gotta co-op this shit too.
Oh.
We gotta play through it once and then just do a co-op run.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That'd be fun. And I think like
I'll carry you. Don't
also
worry.
the online is like $20 for the year for Nintendo.
Yeah, it's fine.
So it's like nothing.
It's like a slice of pizza in New York. Sorry, like come on.
But this game is definitely one of the biggest games of the year, hands down, of 2019. I cannot wait. It's a game that we haven't seen in over 10 years.
No.
The second one was like okay. The first one's amazing, so I'm very excited for it.
Are you excited for Mario and Sonic, the Olympic Games?
No.
Really?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
I was never a big Mario Sonic Olympic Games
What if the
fan.
Sonic movie does really good? Would you get it?
No.
Oh. If I brought it up, would you play with me?
Maybe.
Oh. Then I'm not gonna.
If we
get
weren't
it.
playing Ultimate Alliance.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
So like yeah,
You just stole money from Nintendo right
I just
there.
logicked you.
You were like, "Hot Nintendo, you're not getting his money."
Well, also like you have Ultimate Alliance in July.
Yeah.
Literally in September, Link's Awakening is out.
Yeah.
This is out in November.
Yeah.
Also, you know, we have a bunch of other big games too, like Pokemon Sword and Shield. That's also a November title.
Oh yeah, sorry.
That's
Mario.
November 15th.
Yeah.
And also Jedi Fallen Order is November 15th.
Oh my goodness.
So it's like you have all these massive games. Mario and Sonic is just not cutting it. I'm sorry.
It doesn't beat the level.
I'm sorry. And like I don't care about like there's no point of it. It's like the lesser Mario Party.
It is the lesser.
You know what I
Mario
mean?
Party.
And I have Mario Party for Switch. I'd rather play Mario Party and lose
Would you?
every loved one I have.
In Mario Party, that's an interesting concept. Would you make these Olympic games that they do a lot, which I like? Would you make that DLC for Mario Party?
I'd cross it over. I'd do
Yeah?
like one of those big X's in the middle of each title and do like
or like when it comes out, because I know they do it every so
Yeah.
often. Why not be like, oh, DLC for this crossover?
That would be smarter. That would be smarter. And
And
you
then
do some of
because
the
of
Olympic
that-
game stuff.
Yeah, and then when you buy the DLC, you can make the DLC $30 if you really want.
But
to.
I'm sure there is
and you can put the Sonic characters in the actual Mario Party.
I mean, but they're making them, so there's got to be a market for them for people to buy them. I'm guessing it's a younger market, more like family oriented. Like, oh, we could all kind of play this easily.
I guess.
Not my thing, but hey,
It's the Olympics, though.
Exactly. So people who like Olympics, people who like casual video gaming. This to me is like the Wii port of all video gaming.
Yeah.
And yeah, if people like it, they like it. Comes out in November, but good luck with everything else.
Spyro, the Reignited Trilogy is coming to the Switch. I think that should have been day one on Switch.
I think so too, because
I think they missed a big opportunity.
and I also think most people want it for PlayStation because Spyro's a PlayStation character.
Yeah.
I know me personally, I was like, hey, regardless, I'm getting it for PlayStation.
I don't think this coming out on the Switch is going to help it now because it's too late.
No, I think it's too late too.
I think the people that are going to buy this for the Switch are families that only have the Switch for the kid because the kid's young and they know they like Spyro. All right, boy, you can play.
I think the bigger title would be Crash Racing for Switch. It's coming out. That's cross-platforming at the end of this month.
Oh my god, I can't wait.
That's
for
gonna be
that
fun.
game.
That's gonna be fun.
Oh.
All updated.
Speaking of Crash and Spyro and other animals, Animal Crossing New Horizon comes out March 3rd.
March 20th.
March 20th. Sorry, 3rd is March.
Yep.
2020. And the creator made a nice comment about it. He's like, it's better to wait for a good game and have fond memories than rush a game and make it forgettable.
100%.
And I was like, can you tell your buddies at Square Enix that? Because obviously they're not listening with Avengers.
Yeah, Spyro looks great. Animal Crossing, really smart. Like Spyro it looks cool, a little late.
Yeah.
Animal Crossing, really smart, saving it for when it's done. There's a huge following for Animal Crossing.
You know, you see like grandmas out there are playing it, and like they're like, "Oh, have a little fun."
It's like the more casual Minecraft without blocks. It's you collect and you do your. It's a very like stress relief game of just like, hey, I casually want to play this game. And with Switch, it's even easier because you could take it out the port. You could throw on a baseball.
Grandma
game,
could take it to bingo.
There you go. So like,
and little Jimmy together.
And little Jimmy. And so like, Animal Crossing is just that kind of game. But I do want to talk a little bit about Sword and Shield.
Tell me.
So we didn't get a lot during the Direct.
No.
But we got a lot during the Treehouse Live.
And unfortunately, I did not watch that. And I know you watched some of it.
I did watch some of the Treehouse Live.
What did we see?
Hopefully, mostly to get like Zelda peaks. They did, which I don't know. I thought this was stupid of them not to announce in the Direct. They announced they were playable against, I believe, 2 new Pokemon for this region that were in the demo that people screenshot and put online.
Who?
There's like an electric type dog corgi.
Okay.
That's very fluffy.
Okay.
And its tail's like a lightning bolt.
Okay.
And it knew like a bunch of different moves like Spark, Play Rough, Crunch. So it had an array of moves. And it's also rumored that like each gym you have to have challenges. It's not just you going in battle like the trainers and then the gym leader. You actually have challenges like the gym leader like requires you to do before you could battle him.
Like use certain Pokemon or something like that?
Well, or like help the town in some way. So like there's a rumor that this electric corgi type is running around the first town where the grass type is and like disrupting all of like the wooloo, the sheep. The normal sheep types that they showed, and like you have to kind of like corral them back and like fight a couple of those corgis, maybe catch them.
That's cool.
And then there's another one. It was like a dark fairy type, which I don't remember the name.
Oh.
It was a dark fairy type, and it had like it looked very like oddly Pokemon-esque. But again, why wouldn't you just reveal those
at E3
in the direct of just even if it's like quick, like hey, like 2 new Pokemon we're gonna reveal right now because they were in the demo. Like you know they're in the demo.
Yeah, why not?
So I thought that was very not well done, but then we did see a lot of the wild area.
Yeah, how'd that look?
It looked amazing. It was very open world.
Oh yeah.
You could change the camera angle in the wild area, which is big for a Pokemon game.
Wow.
So you could actually control the camera angle. Each region has different weather types, which different Pokemon come out based on those weather types. This is the area where it's more like Let's Go / Pokemon Go.
Oh man, this
where
is
you
awesome.
can walk into the Pokemon, you could whistle, and they'll like hear it and be attracted to you.
And they come.
Yes.
Like my character whistles, or I whistle.
No, your character whistles. Okay. But yeah, and then
whistle.
they were showing off some of the raid stuff and more of the Gigantamaxing, or the Dynamaxing, which I wasn't the biggest fan of. The Dynamaxing, I still want to know a little more about it. But yeah, they also showed the water type gym leader. She's a female.
Okay.
And she has one of the Pokemon that was revealed last during the Nintendo Direct that was Pokemon specific.
Nice. Okay,
that,
yeah.
Like, rock, water, turtle. So we saw that Dynamaxed. And yeah, we saw the wild area, and we saw like snow and rain and different areas, and like
oh, that's so cool.
Dude almost got killed by a Machoke, and it like
I've seen that. I've seen that meme. They're like, oh, the new Pokemon, you're gonna have Machoke.
You get the shit beat out of you.
Yeah, come up and just chase you.
So this
Can
is
you imagine a Machoke running to
imagine.
you? We're like, no, take my money.
So obviously, we'll definitely get more information as the time goes on. This is another November 15th release, which is like the same day as the Jedi release. So it's gonna be interesting to see which way people go with this game.
I have to ask a question.
Go for it.
If you had to pick between the Pokemon and the Jedi, one game
forever.
Well, I mean,
for the next like until Christmas, basically.
Until Christmas, until Santa brings you.
I'm probably leaning towards the Jedi game.
You're crazy. I'm buying Pokemon.
I'm going towards the Jedi.
I'm buying the Pokemon.
Because again, like as cool as this new Pokemon game looks, and the new characters and the new story, and it's Switch. It's a first technical console main series. It's gonna be a lot of the same mechanics that we know.
Okay.
Which there's nothing wrong with that, because that's what that franchise has made $1 billion off of. But I would rather like in that moment in time, like, hey, I want to play as a Jedi and open the Star Wars canon story, and I can play this anytime.
I'm thinking the same thing with the Pokemon. I'm like, I want to be a Pokemon master, walk around and be immersed in the Pokemon world.
I want to be a Pokemon master.
I want to be the very best that no one other was.
But yeah, no, they both look again. Most people buy both at the same time. Anyway, the hardcore gamers will buy both anyway.
That's what I'm doing.
But yeah, no, it looked really good. The wild area looked really cool and interesting. It's in between a lot of the towns. If you look at the map, it's like kind of this massive area, which they said during the game you'll have to revisit this area a couple of times just as a part of the game.
Oh, cool.
Not only just like going out and just kind of like derailing off the game and exploring. But they also show off the bike that rides on the water.
Oh yeah, how's that? Professor Oak is freaking out.
Yeah, right. Yeah. There's these 2 little yellow balls on the end of each side of your wheels.
Okay.
So once it hits the water, they inflate, almost like air pockets, and your wheels are like turbines, and it just rolls you on the water. So it's very seamless. Like you don't have to go to the water, press A, select to surf. You know what I mean? It's just like whoop.
Good. I'm tired of surfing on Pokemon.
Yep.
They can make advancements instead of me using my animal like a monster.
Like a monster. But yeah, so it's interesting. I definitely suggest watching the Treehouse live because you get a little more sense of like the scope is really big.
I can't wait till Pokemon becomes VR and then I'll never leave.
That would be cool. Where you like, it's like you're holding a ball in your hand, you throw it, and like,
monster
comes out.
Like I'm going in the Pokemon world.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. And you're walking around, and like, you're like, oh look, there's a Pidgey over there. Throw a ball. Like that'd be fucking cool. I'd never leave that.
No,
I'd be fine.
I'd be trying to fight Machoke. Like I'm Machoke. Let's do this.
Machoke has you in a headlock.
I'd be training with Machoke at the fighting dojo. Like every day.
You're the best.
Then one day I'm just gonna knock Machoke out. Like boom.
And then it evolves and kills you.
I use dynamic punch and punch him, and then he goes to Machoke and just like Goro from Mortal Kombat just stretches out my limbs,
rips you in half. This is too real. This is too real.
Can we eject? Can we eject?
But yeah, so that game looks really
that's
new and
scary.
innovative.
That's the horror game.
I think what everyone's waiting for is the starter evolutions.
Yes, I want to see what they look like,
as well as the new Pokedex in general of what is.
I mean, there are leaks online. I don't know how true they are. I'm not reviewing them, but I'm interested.
Some of them are a little scarily true. Like they came out in May, and like most of everything that's said has been right.
Yeah.
So it seems like a credible leak. That's for everyone to speculate. I'm not going to go into that, but we'll see.
All right, I know you've been waiting for this.
Oh my God!
This is probably the biggest thing in E3 for you.
This is the biggest thing ever.
Oh,
ever.
I don't know about that now.
Oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever.
All right, go ahead.
So at the very tail end of the Nintendo Direct, they released a trailer that confirms the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild sequel is now in development.
That's good.
Oh my God, it's amazing. But this is why we go to E3 and we watch E3, right? We want reveals like this.
Yes.
We want like the holy shit moment. Again, Nintendo, nothing on Metroid 4. Which they talked about 2 years in a row, and nothing.
I don't think anybody cares about Metroid.
But no, there's a huge Metroid following. But like at the beginning of this, I thought it was Metroid because it's very dark.
Yeah.
And I have about 84 billion theories on this one trailer.
All right. We're not doing 84
Wait, we're
billion.
not going to do all 84 billion?
I could give you 1.
3.
2.
Deal.
Nice.
That's negotiating for you. 84 billion to 2.
That's how I'm a champion.
So we see this trailer, and there's a lot going on in this short teaser. Spoilers for anyone who played the first one. Calamity Ganon is the major villain in Breath of the Wild.
Who?
Calamity Ganon. It's this dark energy engulfing Ganon. It's not Ganondorf, the person. It's Calamity Ganon, like the evil spirit of him.
Oh.
Basically. So in the first one, once you beat Calamity Ganon, there's this evil kind of like what we see in the trailer. Like you see like a mouse on the stairs and like this like dark stuff engulfs it. That's called malice. And in a lot of Zelda games, you have to get rid of the malice. Like there's like eyes.
Malice is hatred, yeah.
Exactly. And you can't walk through it. It'll like hurt you. So you have to like usually hit a bow and arrow into the eye, and it destroys the malice that's nearby.
Yeah.
So we see that. We see kind of this like swirly green language. That's the Gerudo language. That's where Ganondorf is from, the Gerudo people. It's the village in any...
That's not the big fat border people, is it?
No. Those are the Gorons.
Thank you.
But the Gerudos are any of you who've ever played a Legend of Zelda game, those tribe of warrior women.
Oh!
With the red hair.
Yes.
Ganondorf is from that tribe.
Okay.
So... that language is Gerudo. And they walk past they're to me they're clearly Zelda and Link are clearly underneath Hyrule Castle. They're underneath, and there's all these hieroglyphs on the wall that look like Ganondorf with a trident, which is one of his weapons from the old Legend of Zelda days. And there's a moment where the writing has kind of formed, and it spells out Ganon in Gerudo language. Thanks to my buddy Justin for showing me that. And then we have this kind of dead mummy looking thing, right?
Everybody says that's Ganon's mom.
No, I don't think it's Ganon's mom. I think that's Calamity Ganon, the death, like that's dead Calamity Ganon from the first story. Because it has the same like red longish like braid hair. It has a, and the eyes open. I think this is personally, I think it's a rebirth of Ganondorf coming, and the language is very also, it has a very Twilight Princess feel to it. I think the Twilight Princess characters, maybe the princess might show up. I think it's going to be a mix of things. I think this is Ganon coming back and saying, like, who is this kid who took over this quickly? I want my throne back.
Okay.
I'm the savior of Hyrule. I get the princess. I worked for this. And I also think it's not only him. I think it's his army. I think it's an old style, like, I'm bringing this back along with the army that I had to take back what is rightfully mine. Okay. In his mind.
So what's theory number 2?
Theory number 2 is this has more to do with the other games, as well as Breath of the Wild 2, as we're calling it right now. Theory number 2 is it connects to Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess, and possibly Majora's Mask. I know it's a little far-fetched. It has the darkness of a Majora's Mask. If anyone played Majora's Mask, it is like 3 days of pure hell that you have to keep going back in time and replaying those days in different aspects after you do certain things. And it's literally about the world ending. Majora's Mask is the moon's falling into almost the planet like an asteroid, and it's going to destroy the planet. And your job is to defeat the Skull Kid before the 3 days are up. 3 days go by fast. You have to keep playing the song on your ocarina, go back in time, and redo it. I think this is going to have a lot of time. The other options, this could have a lot of time jumping, considering we saw Calamity Ganon's body. And possibly Ganondorf. He could want to maybe combine his power, and he's stronger as Calamity Ganon, so he could want that power. So he might go back in time to get that power, and you might have to follow him and stop him. It could be like a chase down story, where you're like trying to chase him down and stop him from getting his ultimate power.
Okay.
The Ocarina of Time also falls into the time stuff.
Yeah.
Ocarina of Time is one of the best games ever, in my opinion, and it has a lot of, like, you know, every time you play that flute, it involves time and it involves something. It also involves, like, hey, I'm younger in this aspect and I'm older in this aspect. And you have to fight Ganon here to affect this. So it could be with the time stuff going back into the past a little bit, or future, who knows, and stopping him from there to affect the present. Because at the end of that trailer, we see Hyrule Castle rise.
Yes.
I don't know if that may connect to Skyward Sword, because Skyward Sword, the whole game is in the air. Like, the whole area of Hyrule gets lifted into the sky to avoid the evil on the ground.
So maybe this is a story of how it rises? Maybe
it could be. And as far as Twilight Princess, I mentioned that before. It seemed very dark. I can't see them not making a reappearance. There's been a long time rumor that Twilight Princess was going to be remade for Switch and updated and ported. So those are like my two basic theories. This, to me, hands down, was the greatest reveal of E3.
Reveal?
The greatest reveal.
Okay.
There was not
really much reveal.
Exactly. There was no other conference that had, like, holy shit, this is happening? Like, which is what you want at E3, right? Yeah. Like, we come to E3 to be shock, awed, and so excited for the future of these new reveals. Like, what comes to mind immediately is the orchestra when, of course, revealed God of War.
Yeah.
How amazing was that?
The God of War reveal, the Spider-Man reveal.
Last of Us 2.
Last of Us 2 reveal. The Avengers reveal.
Even the Halo Infinite reveal was not badly done. You know,
I can agree with that. This was the best reveal at E3 this year,
hands down.
Was this my favorite thing from E3 this year? No.
This might still be my favorite thing from E3 for a future game, for games that we know about. I'd say we got a lot of Ultimate Alliance 3.
Yeah.
That gameplay looks awesome. Like, they showed us levels. They showed us a lot of characters on the board, like who is coming. They told us what we're getting with the expansion packs. They told us everything.
All right.
Without giving away the storyline and everything else. Obviously, Jedi
was good.
Cyberpunk
was good. Watch Dog Legion was good.
Watch Dog Legion was good too.
Oh, Grandma.
The Granny might have taken the cake as far as the most craziest character reveal.
Yeah.
Right? Like the newest, weirdest way to do something.
John Bertha on Breakpoint. That was cool, but I don't know how the game is.
Yep.
All right. For Nintendo.
Yes.
What is the best game moment for you? Is it Legend of Zelda? Yeah.
Breath of the Wild sequel, hands down. And it also made me, like, again, I will tune in to watch anything that makes me that excited and happy for something coming out in the future. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't need a date. That's all I needed. In development, you're making it. I know you're making it. This is amazing. They could have done Xbox. Why didn't you do that? Besides, like the Halo thing was like, oh, okay, like we knew you were making this already. Like, oh, it's coming out next year with the new console. Makes sense, but it didn't give you that feeling of like pure joyous like surprise. You know what I mean? So yeah, Zelda Breath of the Wild.
For me, it's I keep looking at the script. I keep thinking, what is it? It's tied between Luigi's Mansion and Marvel Ultimate Alliance, and I'm going with Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Ultimate Alliance. So, as far as games coming out now this year, or like stuff we saw,
Ultimate
like
Alliance is my
not
number
counting
one.
Breath of the Wild sequel because it was just the teaser.
Yeah.
But as far as games, I think Ultimate Alliance really took the cake, and Link's Awakening looks amazing.
Oh, it looks so good.
But yeah, Luigi Mansion looks really good too.
So overall, E3 2019.
Yeah.
Who won E3 2019?
In my opinion, hands down, Nintendo. Ultimate Alliance 3 by itself beat most of the games in this show.
I think I have to give you Nintendo as well. A lot of other conferences were strong. I think Nintendo was a little bit better.
And I'll go even further. I will say even if Ultimate Alliance 3 wasn't a Switch exclusive, Nintendo still wins. Based on Nintendo is giving Nintendo fans what they want plus more. Can you say that about any other conference this year?
Ubisoft was good.
Ubisoft was good, but Ubisoft is giving us what we expect plus some new stuff.
Yeah.
Nintendo gives us what we expect,
Bethesda
but
was
also
alright.
what we want and more. I think Nintendo characters just have that pull to them because they're so specifically Nintendo.
I think you're right.
No one has characterization
even
like
if
Nintendo.
If you took out Marvel Ultimate Alliance, I think you still win.
Right? Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, that's so good.
Link's Awakening.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild sequel.
Banjo-Kazooie.
You know?
I
think
agree.
And again, you show Breath of the Wild sequel development trailer at the end, that blows everyone away. Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Not during the E3
True,
technically.
Again, it's still a part of it.
It's still part of it.
You know?
It's during the Treehouse. I get it.
Exactly. So, like, those massive games, I think Nintendo wins hands down, not even competing, even if Ultimate Alliance isn't an exclusive.
If Marvel's visuals was better, I think they would have won.
If Marvel's Avengers was better, I think Square Enix would have gave Nintendo a run for its money. But I still don't think it would have beaten Nintendo because it's still one game.
Yeah, because
in that
who
conference.
else did they have? They had Final Fantasy VII and then some other stuff. I get it.
You know, it's almost like EA with, like, Jedi looks great.
Yeah.
But it's one game.
Yeah.
Nintendo gave us all of this stuff plus Banjo-Kazooie as a DLC. Come on.
Fair enough.
That's really good.
It's a great way to wrap up E3.
I agree. What was your favorite game of the whole conference?
Watchdog Legion I liked a lot.
Really? That much?
I like the aspect of it.
Better than Cyberpunk?
No, but not better than Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk, I think the Jedi game.
Jedi game is amazing.
The Jedi game with the fact that I could pause time. I see, there's a lot of good games. That's a really hard question.
It is.
Because it's not finished yet, the Jedi game. I can't pick Jedi.
Okay.
Because I could tell it's not finished.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at the more games that look more polished and more finished.
I mean, Ultimate Alliance looked finished.
Ultimate Alliance looked finished. It looks like I could play it.
It's like, here you go, play it. And I love the comic art style with, like, the outlining and the etchings, like those Jim Lee hash marks and stuff.
Yeah,
I love it.
You got me, man.
And it has that... By the way, all the X-Men are 90s cartoon X-Men style, too. I was like, this is all I need in my life right now. This is fantastic.
See, like, Cyberpunk looks good, but, like, I'm still curious about it.
Storyline.
Watch Dogs looks good. I'm still curious about it.
I'm telling you, man, Nintendo
Ultimate
killed
Alliance,
it this
I
year.
know exactly what I'm getting. Do I say that, guys? Am I wrong for saying that?
I don't think so. It's also a game that's nostalgically amazing because it's coming back after 10 plus years. The second one wasn't as revered as number one was so good.
I think all right, I'll give it a Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
That's your favorite game of the whole conference.
I think so.
I think
I have to based on the criteria set.
I think it's that along with Jedi Fallen Order. Those two really
Jedi
took the cake.
I like a lot, but it's not finished, so I can't pick it.
I mean, yeah, it's not finished, but I think it's still up there. I would say I'd throw Link's Awakening up there too. It looks so polished. It looks amazingly different as far as the upgrades.
I wouldn't pick it, but I understand.
But I think Ultimate Alliance wins the Nobel Prize of awesome.
I think Cyberpunk 2077 still had the best moment of E3.
Yeah. Breath of the Wild sequel trailer though.
I still think they have the best.
Full on moment with Keanu. Yes. Best surprise / like nostalgically happy, excited is Breath of the Wild.
Close second though. Was the Pimple Puppy.
The Pimple Puppy, of course.
He's a beautiful baby.
But all right, where would you, before we wrap up, where would you rank this Nintendo specific E3 Direct? 1 to 10.
9.
Really that good? Well, yeah, Breath of the Wild helps that. I'd probably be with you about a 9, maybe a 9.5.
No. 8.5.
What else would you want?
I don't know.
New Mario Kart? New like?
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I've wanted for a while?
There's no big Mario game here. Luigi kind of.
They talked about
I think that's
Mario Maker 2.
I know, but I can't give it a 9 because there's no Mario.
Well, technically there is the Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, that's a technical. He got kidnapped.
I will say this.
I'm saying 8.5.
I will say this. The one game I have always wanted, and especially they should do it because it's Switch, I think if they did a sequel to Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, I'm surprised that's not.
Or what was the space one? Galaxy.
Oh,
Mario Galaxy.
Didn't they do a second one?
They did a second one.
Third?
For Wii, not a third. I would love a Super Mario Galaxy specific game.
Isn't Odyssey technically like a sequel to it?
Odyssey is technically kind of, but like the zero grav stuff is so cool. I love Galaxy so much. So I would love to see like a new kind of Galaxy-esque Mario game for Switch. But yeah, otherwise I think Nintendo absolutely killed it. To me, they were the savior of E3. They were the last day of conferences on Tuesday, which was technically the first day of E3. And then they opened their treehouse, and it was like all Pokemon'd out and Ultimate Allianced out. It was great.
Yeah. So, guys, that wraps up this episode of the Jersey Comic Krew Podcast. We have finished with our E3 special.
Woo!
Thank you so much for tuning in. Let us know in the comments below who had the best conference, who had the best game,
Nintendo.
what had the worst game, what was the worst conference. Is there something you wanted to see that wasn't here? Make sure you follow us on our social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Keep the conversation live over there. And as always, I'm Rob Moran.
I'm Chris Heller.
And we'll see you next time.
JerseyComicKrew.podbean.com.